We're displaying defiance, reacting strongly against the recent decolonization policies directed from Moscow. Again, Kim Il-sung is not in charge of Korea. So I'm not too sure exactly how this is supposed to work from your perspective, but okay. Also, I do like how, again, none of these people... Revolution of King and People. Morocco becomes free, negotiations with France or Spain. Join the Arab League. Again, we don't really have any reason to join either of these sides. And East Indonesia declared war on the Republic of Indonesia. PRRII has launched revolts. But I think we want to back you, right? Got a revolution here. Are you a puppet of the Dutch? You are. I mean, it would be nice to help you out, but I actually don't know if we can reasonably help you out. Let's restore KGB judicial powers. Yeah, we might... There actually might not be any more to the space race. We might have gotten as much of the space race done as we possibly could have. Well, we beat the Americans, and the Americans haven't even attempted to launch their own shit into space. So I consider that to be a job well done. Success for ourselves. But I do think... Okay, China's National People's Congress. The Communist Party of China has declared today that for the first time since they've taken power during the Chinese Civil War, the National People's Congress, PRC's higher organ of state power, and local national legislation will be liberalized, and there will be a move to active participation of minor parties at the current part of the national legislation. So are you going to, Yeah, they're gonna have an election with Taiwan. We'll see how that goes. We can see that the nationalists have a pretty strong vote here. American condemnation of human rights abuses in Sumatra. I mean, we're kind of doing okay. You know what? Let's yeah, let's send those tanks over there. We can't send that many tanks. Let's send a handful of tanks over there. Yeah, I mean, the Republic of Rift did declare independence. The only problem is that neither side of the conflict has any actual soldiers. It was just a, it's never going to get resolved, basically. And we'll see how that turns out in the future. And again, we're going to influence you a little bit more. You might actually go for like another 30 minutes in the Soviet campaign here before we switch out. So again, we are definitely... American bomber shot down over Indonesia. The Indonesian government has released news that the American bomber flying for Royal Force in Sumatra was shot down while attacking government military airfield. The floods at every crisis send tanks. Exactly! Send tanks to every single corner of the planet. Okay, now let's reinstate penal battalions. Then tanks to Indonesia. Yeah, your Dutch territory here. I don't actually know where our tanks are actually going to get deployed. We'll see how this goes. Do you have national focuses? No. Okay, Sweden has abandoned their nuclear arms project. Good, good. We don't need more nuclear powers. Me and the United States, we're good enough. We don't need any more than that. Yeah, forces land in Jakarta. Okay, we can't actually move this way. We keep one tank in the city. Just so it doesn't actually fall to rebel forces. Do you have any influence here? No, because I don't think... Yeah, you did join here. People's Republic of China offers general elections with Taiwan. First time Tante with the nationalists since the truce in 1946. From the Communist Party, Mao Zedong has announced that he will offer a new proposal for Taiwan, which entails a general election with mainland China and Taiwan. So we'll see how that goes. Again, assuming that there's any actual content for it. There might not be. We should build more nukes. I feel like our nukes right now are kind of okay. I mean, what? Like, 300 nukes should be enough to end the entire world. I don't know if we need really any more than that. Okay, humanitarian intervention in Indonesia. Well, we can actually get resolution. Form coalition. Okay, never mind. Request intervention. Okay, never mind. Release nation, trade sanction, request mediation. And colonialism. I don't know. It says sanction to something. I actually can't read it. You know what? State of East Indonesia. Submit that proposal. Everyone is agreeing that the Republic of East Indonesia is a human rights catastrophe. Only the Dutch are saying no, which is understandable. The Cuban Revolution! The first duty of the revolution is to tell the truth. Fooling the people, promoting illusions always brings the worst consequences, and I believe that the people should be warned against executive optimism. How did the Red Army win the war? By telling the truth. How did the dictatorship lose the war? By deceiving the soldiers. Yeah, we got the Cuban Revolution. Fidel Castro and his revolutionary rebel fighters recently launched a series of attacks against the regime of Batista. The government troops defending the regime proved largely ineffective as rebels secured victories against the government forces. And we got the anti-colonial struggle in Morocco. And India annexes the Aden and Nicara Islands. Cuba is now the Republic of Cuba. Currently led by Castro here. They got the provisional government in Cuba, which is shut down. Yeah, so we can actually see which way is Castro going to do, because Castro doesn't necessarily need to go and align himself with the Soviets. He can kind of liberalize the country a little bit more. But we'll see which way Cuba decides to go. Okay, let's a harder penal code. And again, we'll send in the tanks. American exercises, naval exercises off of Indonesia. United Nations have voted to condemn East Indonesian human rights violations. Love to see it. I mean, you don't love to see the human rights violation, but you love to see the United Nations agree with me. Move our troops around. And again, their capital is actually over here, which I'm assuming we probably can't really get access to, unfortunately. We got some people following on Twitch. We're acting on the notifications up right now. Follow you up with prepare some show trials. We also get more political power out of that. Italy at 86, influence them a little bit more. Hopefully we can get maybe up to 88 if we're lucky. Nah, just up to 87. And they seem like they have a decent amount of troops. We've at least got these guys back into supply range, which I have to imagine is a good thing. PRI solidifies power in Indonesia. With American backing, Colonel Ahmed Hussein has solidified his control over Indonesia. Colonel Hussein has prominence as one of the main rebel military officers in Sumatra. But it's not you. I think you're backing somebody else. %. Okay, move our units down and around. I mean, we want these guys to stay more aligned to us than the Americans. I don't know if we can really accomplish that, but it would be nice. Okay, now we're at 88. Very, very close to where we want to be with Italy. We're still looking at probably needing like, is that freaking what's it? Oh god, what's the game called? It's not called Ace right? It's Ace something. Okay, let's get some spy networks. Is it Ace right? I'm going crazy. We're establishing some stuff. And I don't know what happened with the election. I'm assuming... I don't really know. The election, I'm assuming that might just be the end of China's focus tree. That would be my guess. But I don't really know. No, they haven't unified or anything like that. So how is our GDP doing? I think our GDP is looking quite nice. Yes, it's going back up at a little bit of a decrease, but it's on the up and up again. Spacecraft. You know what? 700 days. Let's do it. 700 days. 700 schmays. It should be fine. Okay, my dog is freaking the hell out. Just sit there, okay? There we go. Okay. The day the music died, tragedy struck rock and roll when the Winter Dance Party Tour, Buddy Holly, Richard Valens, JP, the big... Okay. Well, music died. I'm not punching the dog! We're not punching the dog, okay? We're gonna decide Zhukov's fate. Legalization of the SSNP. Conflict between Lebanese government and SSNP reached an end today, with the government legalizing the party. For years, the SSNP advocated for Creative Syria Association Fertile Crescent people. The SSNP has some more power. Shouldn't really affect us, I think, too much. Go up one more province. These guys over here are having a little bit of a difficult time, but nothing too bad, I would say. Okay, now going for some market reforms. Let's influence you one more point. Spend 100 political power on 1%. Probably not super worth it. And to Tibet uprising. Fears have begun in Lhasa as protesters claim that Tibet is an independent nation. When fears that the CPC was going to kidnap the Dalai Lama, fears the inhabitants, people soon gathered outside the palace or to prevent him from leaving. So are you going to declare war? I don't know. We will see. Or they might just let Tibet be its own thing. Depends on if they, again, if there's actually enough content over here. Besides Zhukov's fate. Off with its head? Or you know what? We need Zhukov to keep his military. We're not gonna execute Zhukov. But let's escalate into a full-scale purge. And it seems like this is gonna be basically the end of the Soviet focus tree. Doesn't seem like there's really that much more content after this. But I mean, we still got, you know, 11 years? 11 years isn't bad. And it also, you know, the Iron Curtain mod has been significantly more in-depth than I had originally anticipated it to be. Which is always nice. Try to take over as much of Indonesia as humanly possible. We got 8 more days on this focus, which I'm pretty sure does absolutely nothing. We'll just have to wait and see on that. I do wish the AI would actually use the UN, though. I can understand that it might be very difficult to actually program effectively. But it would be quite nice to actually see it in-game. Yeah, again, I'm pretty sure this doesn't do anything. I'm going agriculture. Navy treaties. I've already done everything in there. I mean, there's still a lot more content, technically. Like, we could always get a water commission. Like, finishing all of these trees, like, every single focus would probably honestly take, I think, at least another 5 years. Okay, Spanish, end of the Spanish-Moroccan Protectorate. Victory for diplomacy. Again, they're still at war with each other, not actually doing anything, though, and I don't know if they're ever actually going to do anything. I do think the United States has actually finished their tech tree. I don't think they have anything else left to actually do. Yeah, they've done their administration. Nothing here's actually happened. Indonesian Civil War. Fish in the country. Yeah, it doesn't really seem like they really have anything else left to do. I guess maybe in, like, 1960? I mean, we might wait until November 1960. I wonder if, like, there's actually an election there, or if it's just, Oh, who's this guy? The Laos People's Democratic Republic. There's a little Democratic Republic over here. Maybe they'll start a war soon. Maybe they won't. Who knows? Who knows? I'm gonna reach out to the SPD. Power plants. Let's just get more thought. Let's make our power plants a little bit more efficient. We do have $1.4 trillion in the bank. That's not like I can really spend on anything right now, right? Invest as much as we possibly can. Yeah, I'm sure that maybe did something. Yeah, no, I mean, it seems good. Seems okay. The water commissions are now finished. Yeah, I definitely think the election in China is just not actually going to happen. Yeah, that's definitely the end of the their tree for sure. Let's put $500 billion in China. See how that goes for us. Okay, we're up to 90% with Italy now. We can probably get them into our faction as well. By the way, how are our tanks doing? Let's capture more and more of this territory. The thing is that East Indonesia is never actually going to fall, right? Like, how would that possibly work out? I don't think it can, honestly. Like, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. Okay, let's also... I mean, it looks like France actually would still have more if it was actually still working. So, you know, let's take France again. Our, like, third or fourth tag switch. Right? But it's always been back to France, so, I mean, it's still okay. So we gotta go back to focus autocomplete, then do no checks. Because I'm assuming the... I'm curious. I want to see what their tree here is. Yeah, 59 election. Well, we'll at least do those two. No checks, autocomplete, then we'll go back and tag Soviet again. Yeah, So the PCF, they very much have established themselves in France. They won like every election. Oh, mostly because the election adventures aren't actually firing. That's okay. That's okay. I want my 500 political power so I can actually annex and coup the Italian government. Again, it would be nice if we could also get Iran to not be nationalist anymore, but you know, what can you do? What can you do? Can't do too much. So it's like, you're gonna end the Algerian war. China says accepted. I'm assuming that's good for us, but I don't really actually know. $2 trillion, I should say. What else do we got? I guess we'll restart public work projects. 2.5 trillion. Again, another 2.5 trillion dollars down the in the hole. God, it's very expensive. All of our debts are very expensive. And I think Germany might end up uniting. We might actually need to start sending some units off the Hungarian border, because we're not actually going to be doing interventions here anymore. Put you onto the German border. Just in case, just in case. Draw another line in Czechoslovakia. Yeah, because Czechoslovakia, they're done their trade. There's nothing else they can do. Which is nice for us. Financial aid and the one-party state. Oh, but they have founded a Spanish priest, 1928. Okay, spiritual guidance doesn't really matter so much. They're going to do the Hungarian Revolution. I mean, it's a little bit too late for that, but you know, you do you. You do you. How long are these focuses? Like, why is France's focus... Oh, they're 50 days. For some reason, all of ours are 20, but theirs are a full 50. Very expensive there. Be done in a little bit more than a week. We're at 129 political power. We're getting 2.55 per day. Stability is looking quite nice. Condemning Khrushchev's reforms. Well, I mean, to be fair, Khrushchev's not in charge, so... You can criticize him all you want. Things with Mao and Hoxha. I mean, Hoxha, again, is not in charge of Albania, so I'm not too sure what you're really going to attempt to do there. Got a new bomber. New bombers are cool. Let's change this up to... the inter-oblast highway system. Yeah, why not get the better tactical bombers? And then we can get new research. Just like whatever space age is available. I think is the hydrogen oxygen cells. Get that going, please. Thank you. Because that was another $2 billion or $2 trillion down the bank. Be done fairly soon. Referendum's gonna be happening. We're a little bit worried about what Germany is planning on doing. I prefer, again, Germany, if you don't... We have to invade Germany. Again, it actually might not do anything. It did. Nope, it made a big Germany, huh? It made a big Germany. That still actually is West Berlin as an independent state. So, it's 1959. You have, can I do the thing where I think, is it Benelux? Demilitarize Germany. Now I would like to demilitarize Germany. Now that all of Germany doesn't belong to us. France announced the liberation of Algeria. Germany is now a very demilitarized zone, but be not the areas on my border. Why would you do this? North Vietnam, to Mao. But you do get political power from this, as long as they say yes. Benelux. Got a little bit of political power off this. Vice Joseph Martin to the Soviet Union. That seems fine. Thank you for the political power. You're really gonna help me coup the Italian government very soon. Send in the tanks. The only problem with that is that they are guaranteed by the United States. That would almost certainly cause World War III. And I think I gave them free land. The assholes. Non-aggression pact with Poland. Again, Poland doesn't exist. And the thing, I gave them this land. What happened to F? Well, Germany reunified. They had a referendum. They decided to reunify. I wasn't consulted. It was incredibly rude for them to do this to me. But I guess we'll now support and create some Soviet conglomerates. Now, why not? We could get some women's rights going. Positive women action. State media shareholders, regulated press. Okay, you've accepted this. Yugoslavia has endorsed the Hungarian Revolution. It's a little bit, again, too late for that. And also, you are not the same country you were before. But you know what? You do you. You do you. Fucking Germany, man. Terrible. Terrible.